Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm just looking at our numbers. Thank you so much for um, waiting and being patient. I'm just looking at our numbers to make sure that everyone who was supposed to join the session is able to join the session. I'm going to ask my fellow panelists, Garnet, let me know if you can hear me. Gareth, actually, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, please, Gareth. Then I think we are good to go. Right, Gareth, if you can just let me know if you can hear me.
Hi, yes, Tendai, I can
Perfect.
hear you loud and clear. How are you?
Perfect.
You're looking
Very
well.
well. Very well. Thank you. I'm well. Thank you. I'm busy, but we keep it going, right? We keep it going.
Fantastic. I'm happy about
Okay.
that.
All right, fantastic. So welcome everyone. Very great to see the number of people on the call today. My name is Tendai. I'm a certified business analysis professional. I am part of the board of directors for the IIBA Zimbabwe Chapter. I'm specifically looking at the membership portfolio. So really it is my honor to be here on this call to give you guys more information on what IIBA is all about, right? What the various benefits that membership can give you and hopefully entice you guys to get to join the IIBA, right? Especially the Zimbabwe chapter. I think the Zimbabwe chapter has really started off on a great, on a great note. Thanks to Samuel, who was a former president, for really setting it up, and then Garnet, taking the flag and continuing with the flag. So really great work that's coming out of the chapter. I really encourage everyone on the call that is part of the chapter or that's wanting to join the chapter. Please go ahead. Please spread the news. We want the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter to really go to the next heights. So I think there's a lot of groundwork that's being laid down by various volunteers as well. So thank you so much to all the volunteers. I know there was a BA school day over the past 2 weeks or so where our volunteers as well as our president Gareth went ahead and they really presented what business analysis is all about, right? So I'm really committed to grooming and developing the next generation of business analysts, right? So really keen to share all the knowledge I have, keen to continuously give back to the chapter to make sure that we are growing a sound business analysis practice within Zimbabwe. So welcome to everyone. Please feel free to put in any questions or comments as I go along. I think we've got a Q&A section, right? So please feel free to put any questions. I will have my panelist, Gareth, just monitoring that Q&A section. So please feel free to go in there and put in any questions. Okay. So the format of today's presentation is really giving you guys an introduction to the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter. I was playing a beautiful video that was done, really just showing you that we want to be the home of business analysis within within Zimbabwe, the IIBA chapter, right? I'm going to give you a brief introduction, right, to the International Institute of Business Analysis. What is it all about, right? Again, I'm also taking you through my specific journey with the IIBA, right? I'm just showing you how the IIBA has played a pivotal role in my career and gotten me to where I am, and hopefully encouraging you guys and motivating you guys to take the same journey, right? Then I'll go into the benefits of the IIBA Zimbabwe, well, not even the Zimbabwe chapter, but the IIBA as a whole, right? What are the benefits for you guys if you were to join, right? How do you get involved in the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter? I'll log into the IIBA membership portal just to give you guys a taste of what is there, and then we can have a Q&A. But like I said, feel free to go ahead and ask your questions as I'm going along. Right. So let's have, I was going to do a Zoom poll. I really haven't done a Zoom poll. I don't know if you guys are able to chat, but basically just make a note. Are you an IIBA member? I'm just seeing the number of guests. Some of them I am aware. Are you an IIBA member, right? Are you aware of the resources available to you? And what are you looking to get out of the session, right? Unfortunately, we don't have a poll, but just so that you guys can take note of that, just make a note, and then I'll go into the next slide. Right. So the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter, like I said, was launched formally in January 2022. There was a lot of groundwork that was done to get it to be launched, right? Really trying to get together a community of dedicated business analysis professionals, right? To come through and make sure that we are able to form an alliance, right? And form some sort of community within the Zimbabwe community, within the business analysis space, right? So our current president is Gareth. He is here and he is he is a former board member and became one of the presidents. So he was going to be part of my panelists, like I said, launched in January 2022. right? And on this slide, I'm actually displaying who exactly is part of the board. I'm not sure if they are on the call, but we've got our president, like I said, Gareth Marufu. We've got the VP of Event and Planning. We've got Farai Musha, right? Our secretary, we've got Rudo, our VP for Professional Development and Sponsorship, right? We've got Garnet. I think he is on the call, right? Myself as the VP of Membership, and then the VP of Communications and Marketing. We do have Samuel. So this is the board. I've put there, you know, our various email addresses. Feel free to reach out to any one of us, right? If you want to know more about the chapter, or if you really want to volunteer. I'll give some room to Gareth to speak about volunteering opportunities a bit later on. Okay. Right. So what is the IIBA? Right. I think most of you guys on the call want to find out what really is the IIBA. What are the benefits, right? If you were to join, how can you guys kind of like maximize the benefits and make sure that you are getting, you know, the best out of these specific benefits? Okay. So the IIBA was founded in Toronto, in Canada, right? That's where the home really, if I remember the history, it was founded within a bank, right? We're here in Toronto, in Canada, in around October 2023, right? Really led by a business analysis community, right? And they were all about creating and developing awareness, right, of the contribution of business analysis, right? Defining what we call the business analysis body of knowledge. So really that is the main kind of like body of knowledge. That's where our practices, our disciplines, right, our processes, everything with regards to how we work as business analysts, right? That's really embedded in the business analysis body of knowledge, a really great resource, which you guys will get access to if you do become members, right? And really providing a forum for knowledge sharing, right? They said we need to be able to share, right? Knowledge share, we need to be able to contribute more to this growing profession, right? In comparison to other professions, if you look at other professions such as, you know, being a doctor or being a lawyer, right? Those professions have been here for centuries, right? The business analysis, the IIBA, I think, like I said, it was shaped in 2003, right? We're in 2023. So it's been 20 years, right? This year, the IIBA, you might have seen a lot of activity from them. They're really celebrating 20 years, right, of being in the business analysis space. So it's still young. So really, I see us, all of us on the call, as an opportunity for us to become pioneers, right? A great opportunity for us to become pioneers within the business analysis space and really shape it and contribute, right, towards this discipline to make sure that we really, like I said, growing the next generation of business analysts, and we're also putting in sound practices and making our profession credible, right? We want to be able to be recognized publicly, right? We want to be able to put together some sort of, like I said, some discipline. Right. Also, very important to note, what the IIBA has done as well is they've launched a series of certifications, right? You guys might have heard a lot about these certifications. Right now, currently within the core business analysis space, we've got three main certifications, right? So we've got the higher level certification that's called the Certified Business Analysis Professional, right? That's more for senior business analysts who've got 10 plus years of work experience, right? Then we've got the intermediate certification, which we call the Certified Competency in Business Analysis. That's sort of like for people more in their mid-career level. Then we've got the entry-level certificate in business analysis, also known as the ECBA, for people looking to get a step into the business analysis profession. I want to make a disclaimer and always say to people that, you know, a lot of people think that you're starting from scratch, but we've got this concept called of transferable skills. Right. So our IIBA mission, the IIBA mission, they want to lead the global BA community, right, and professional standards so every person achieves more, right? Really, they want to shape the practice of business analysis to achieve better enterprise outcomes. That's the vision. So IIBA is big, guys. 29,000 members worldwide, right? 120 chapters, right? 300 corporate members, right? 240 endorsed education providers, right? So endorsed education providers are those providers who are licensed to give training when it comes to the specific certifications that I mentioned. So just a brief overview for you guys, to give you guys an overview of what the IIBA is all about if you weren't aware of that. Right. So let me just walk through my specific career, and then the next slide, I'll kind of like embed how the IIBA has shaped and helped me become my mentor, right, throughout my specific career. So my career started in 2009, just as in fact, I started as a software tester, then I moved into a junior BA position, and then finally a business analyst, right? 2015, I moved more towards the practice lead. Like I said, I was very committed towards, and I'm still committed towards developing and growing, right, the business analysis profession, right? And then 2016, I moved more into a consulting role, heading up a business analysis competency department within the consulting company, moved into a senior BA in 2019. Currently, I'm practicing as a consultant within the BA space, within the product ownership space. So a lot of people who are familiar with Agile, you will be familiar with the role called a product owner. And I'm also kind of like teaching, mentoring, right, and preparing people for certification. So this is my journey. So how has the IIBA kind of like provided mentorship for me across the board, right? So like I said, when I started my BA career, I joined the IIBA as a member only in 2014. I think, I wasn't too aware of who they were. I would hear snippets, right? But 2014 is when I eventually joined, right? 2018, right? I got my CBAB certification. I was also based in South Africa. So I was also heavily involved with the South Africa chapter. I was the track chair for one of the BA summits in 2018, right? 2020, I became an IIBA endorsed education provider, meaning I am licensed to assist those people who want to prepare for their certifications. And then as of last year, I was a member of the, a VP membership for the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter. So looking at my career from where I started, you can see how I've grown with the IIBA, right? And the purpose of this slide is really to show you guys what a pivotal role, right, the IIBA can play in your career growth, right? For me to be where I am right now, there were various things that I got from the IIBA, which I will be speaking about when I am speaking about the benefits, right, of the IIBA. Right, feel free to ask questions. Gareth, feel free to let me know if there are any questions. I'll just make sure that I've got the Q&A open here. Okay, so let's go into the meat of the presentation, right, which is why should you become a member of the IIBA, right? What benefits can you get? I saw, we've got a WhatsApp group for the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter, and a lot of questions were coming out there in terms of, what is the benefit of becoming an IIBA member, right? So I'm listing about 5 specific benefits here, and I'm going to walk through each one of those, giving you more context, giving you more information, right? So at a high level, the 5 specific reasons on why you guys must be joining the IIBA, right? And of course, being an active member of the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter. The first thing is you're going to get a lot of access to quite a substantial amount of career resources, right? Career resources, I'll step through the specific career resources, but there is a wealth of information available from the IIBA to really grow your career, right? A lot of information that you can use to self-study, right? If you are in any project, you need assistance, right? There's quite a lot of information there from a career point of view, career resources, I'll share those, right? Connecting with professionals globally, right? I think the times we're in, I think it's really shown the importance of networking. It's so important to continuously network. It's important to share, right, and grow from other professionals, right? So within the IIBA space, you'll see there's a lot of webinars, right? They have a lot of podcasts. They've got a lot of events that happen, right? And that's an opportunity for you guys to really connect with professionals globally. The good thing about the times we're in right now is, the geographical distance, right, is no longer an option, it's no longer a factor, right? Most of these events are being done online, right? We are online right now. I'm in a different part of the world, right? So most of these events are being done online. Actually, you can join in, you can listen in, you can partake, you can participate, right? So connection with professionals globally is very important as well. A good contribution in terms of why you must become an IIBA member, right? Access to business analysis standards and guides, right? I spoke about the business analysis body of knowledge, which is the core. So many other, right, business analysis standards and guides. Yes, like I said, the core for the IIBA is business analysis certifications, but they've branched out, right? You'll hear things such as product ownership, cybersecurity, right? They've really gone out and started looking at the specialist areas in which business analysts can practice. And you can find all of that material and resources there, right? Business data analytics is one of them as well, right? And then access to digital publications, tools, research, right? For example, every year they run a survey, right, with the business analysis community, asking various questions around remuneration, around, the industry, number of years, what are the challenges, what are they seeing, right? This specific business analysis report is published every year. Great insights, right, for you to take and look back and bring into your specific BA community within your organization. What are the specific tools? I walk through those tools as well, self-assessment tools to see where exactly you are in your career, right? And of course, the ultimate one, right? Being able to save up to quite a lot of money when it comes to you now being confident to say, I want to become certified, right? You are able to get discounts there if you are part of being an IIBA member. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide, right? Which is deep dive into growing your career. Right. So when we're talking about growing a career, what exactly are we going to be looking at when it comes to the IIBA? Right. So the first thing, like I said, that's there. I want to talk about the BA competency model. Let me just see if I can navigate here. I want to talk about the BA competency model. Right. So this is a very core. I think the current version is version 4. This is a great tool or a great resource that really pegs the skills, the competencies, the qualities, right, the abilities of business analysts at various stages in their career, right? You'll remember from my specific slide, I showed you guys, right, in terms of how I progressed, right? So the BA competency model, what it does, it shows you from junior BA to intermediate BA to senior BA, right? What are the core skills, the competencies that you're supposed to have in each one of those specific kind of like roles or levels in your career, right? It really outlines to say that if you are going to become a senior BA, this is what you must be proficient in. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it really gives you some nice information in terms of those specific competencies that are critical at each stage of your career level, right? Like I said, from junior right up to senior. So we use it a lot in our organization. I use it a lot with a lot of BAs that I coach and mentor, right? To really peg and see where are you as a business analyst, right? And this gives you a nice kind of like heads up in terms of, if I want to certify, right? Where do I think that I fit in, right? Of course, looking at my experience and looking at my skills as well as my competencies, right? So the BA competency model, a great tool for you to look at, right? And if you do become an IIBA member, this tool is available free to you, right? They also have a career action guide, right? And when we're saying a career action guide, this is really a guide that really shows you, how you are supposed to navigate your career, right? As a business analyst, right? It gives you a BA self-assessment tool. The self-assessment tool that's mentioned here is also within this career action guide. Again, assessing yourself, where exactly are you within your profession and how you can grow, right? Focusing on specific career objectives, right? Within the IIBA framework, right? How do you go about understanding, right? Evaluating, planning, acting, and reviewing, right? At each stage of your career. It really gives you a nice framework. So I encourage people to go and have a look at the career action guide, right? Have a look at the self-assessment tool. Those are really great things, right? More information on the self-assessment tool, right? You can identify your strengths, right? Uncover any gaps you have, right? Again, helping you on your career growth, on your career plan, mapping your skills together with the BA competency model, right? And of course, if you are a bit senior, you're going more into a managerial position, right? Assisting you in terms of really talent acquisition, managing your people, and so forth, right? And then finally, the career center, right? Within the IIBA space, the career center, right? You can see a lot of things. One of the great things you can see is job postings, right? So they do have people who come here, they post jobs, right? Internationally, right? You're able to see, what jobs they are. The IIBA gives great tips in terms of how your resume should be formatted, right? As well as great tips on interviews, right? So you can see how the amount of information that I've just spoken about just regarding growing your career, there's quite a lot of information. So again, if you do become an IIBA member, just think about all of the access, right, that you're going to have to all of these things, right? Connecting with professionals globally, right? I did speak to this when I was introducing the various benefits, right? So really you're a member of every chapter in the world, right? Yes, you might be a member of the IIBA Zimbabwe chapter, but you get access to all of the other chapters and all of the other events, right? So the IIBA chapter, right, is your home base, right? The IIBA Zimbabwe chapter will be your home base, but you're going to have resources, events from all over. Like I said, how many chapters, right? Quite a lot, 120 chapters I mentioned a bit earlier on, right? So you're going to get a lot of access to chapters, a lot of access to events, to webinars, right? And the people who are doing what you're doing, hopefully they can give you advice, they can support you on what you need to do, right? So really the connection, I cannot, overestimate this or underestimate this. This is very important. You want to make sure that, you're connecting with people in your profession. I think that we all learn and grow from each other, right, as we are growing in our specific profession, right? Chapter events, I spoke to that, right? There's a lot of business analysis summits happening throughout for a lot of chapters, right? So you want to be able to experience that, right? And of course, global events as well. Virtual is the way forward, so you'll have access to that as well. Okay, right. Access to business analysis standards and guides, right? So we've got what we call the IIBA Knowledge Hub, right? That's where, like I said, there's a wealth of information, right? There's a lot of information with regards to business analysis, right? So you can explore what we call knowledge areas, right? So within the business analysis body of knowledge, there's 6 core knowledge areas that a business analyst must be proficient in, right? So you can really explore those knowledge areas, explore the key concepts, right? Explore those key concepts that are associated with the knowledge areas, right? Investigate competencies, right? There's 6 main competencies that are specified within the BA book, looking at those competencies, seeing where you lack, seeing how you can grow and develop them, right? And a lot of case studies. One thing I want to mention is that there's a lot of case studies. So what you're going through in your organization may not be unique, right? You're able to go there, look at that information and try and get some learnings, right? Some lessons learned from all of those things, right? And of course, certification books. Like I said, there's 3 main kind of like certifications within the business analysis space, as well as product ownership, cybersecurity, right? And data analysis, right? So each one of those, they've published, really great books with the different kind of like knowledge areas and expanding more on the discipline, right? So you guys can have a read of all of that, right? The flagship is definitely the BA book, right? That's what's globally recognized throughout the world, right? Even if you look at employers and, employers are asking you information about business analysis in general, most of the information, right, definitely from the BA book you'll be able to get. Okay. And then going to digital publications, right? Tools and research. There's quite a lot within the IIBA portal, right, which I'll share with you guys a bit later on, right? There's a digital online library. We're talking about white papers, right? Like I said, case studies before, quite a lot of information that you can go and read, right? They've got a magazine that's launched, right? A business analysis magazine launched recently, I think probably in the past year, right? So quite a lot of things, right? The digital online library, I'm just seeing a key stat here. If you listen to this, guys, 11,000 professional development books, right? That's no joke. So there's quite a lot of information there, right? Like I said, the business analysis magazine, and these are available to you, right? At any stage, because like I said, the portal is live, right? The business analysis magazine, right? The key trends to advance your career, like white papers, like I said, articles. Let me see if there's anything else that should be okay. And reports. I think I spoke about the business analysis reporting that they do on a yearly basis, listing quite a lot of things, right? Listing a lot of things, webinars and podcasts as well. Okay. And then other benefits, like I mentioned, you are able to save 40% on globally recognized professional certifications, right? So if you are an IIBA member, right, the cost of the certifications will definitely be lower than the cost of, not being an IIBA member. So it's great to become an IIBA member, right? Of course, there's a lot of materials that they've now produced in the past year, right? They've got digital badges for those people who are members, right? Digital badges, of course, those have always been there if you're certified, right? So those things you can add to your social media profiles, your LinkedIn profiles, right? Really to give employers the stamp of approval that you are certified by a global professional body, right? And then the global business analysis survey, right? Like I said, the salary, which really gives you more information on the different kind of like salaries around the world, right? And what, different pay grades, pay scales according to different industries. Okay, Gareth, do we have any questions? Any questions so far on the benefits that I've just mentioned from being an IIBA member?
So far we don't have anything, unfortunately, but I think you've done a great job explaining
Okay,
all of that. So I think we're on
fantastic.
track, and you can keep going.
Fantastic. Maybe it shows that I'm doing a great job. Hey, Gareth, that they don't have any questions. Okay, so what I'm going to do
Sure.
now, if you can give me just a few seconds, I just want to see if I can log on to the IIBA portal, if I can just remember all of my credentials, and then we can get going and started. Right, so if you can just give me a few minutes, and then we can get going with the IIBA portal. In the meantime, I will be sharing this specific video with you guys. Okay. Hey, thank you for your patience. And I'm going to drag the screen here. I had to remember my credentials, right, for the IIBA. So thank you for holding on there. Right, so I am on the IIBA portal right now, just showing you guys what it looks like. I'm going to browse through a few resources so you can have a look, hopefully motivating you guys to actually go ahead, right, and sign up to be a member. Okay, so one of the first things when you do sign up as a member, like I said, you're going to get a lot of access to career resources. So I really want to focus on these career resources, especially the business analysis resources, so you can have a look at what is available. I've been speaking about these, but it's always nice to see them, right? And see what benefits they have, right? Like I said, I've spoken about the business analysis book of knowledge. This is available for you to really go out, download, have it on your personal PC, right? And really walk through it, right? There's the IIBA bookstore. I'm not going to go into there, right? Again, a lot of resources. I think I mentioned up to 11,000 books, right? We're not going to go into it, but there's the IIBA bookstore, right? The digital online library, here we go. That's where the 11,000 professional development books are, right? You'll be able to get quite a lot of this. Let's just go in that specific portal and see what the digital online portal has got for us, right? Let's go in. So you can have a look at the comprehensive kind of like resources that are available for you, right? Let me see. Okay, so the chapter, I'll go back for there, but there's quite a lot of the resources available there, right? The business analysis articles, if we go in there, so you can have a look at the business analysis articles, right? You'll be able to see the different resource articles, the business analysis magazine articles, right? And information on this, how we can better our different kind of like practices within our organizations, right? And if we go down, the professional resources, like I said, the knowledge hub, right? Quite a lot of resources available to us there, right? Available in multiple different languages, right? The Global Business Analysis Survey, a great survey, right? I should have downloaded it, but a great survey again, just to show you guys a bit of information on the different kind of like salary surveys, right? Analyst Catalyst blog, right? This is not restricted to people, right, within the IIBA community at all. I always say that if you've got something to share, something interesting, or you've learned quite a lot of information from doing specific projects, right? This Analyst Catalyst blog is available to anyone to write an article, publish, right? You can come here, enter your credentials, right? Really put in your article and it will be published by the IIBA at no cost, right? So this is a great kind of like resource for you to get exposure, right? You want to make sure that you start blogging. The more senior you get, right, the more you develop within the BA profession, right? You want to make sure that you continuously kind of like upgrade and blog, write articles, right? Become that specific thought leader. So the Analyst Catalyst blog is a great platform or opportunity for you to really raise your credentials and raise your profile, right? The business analysis standard, right? Really great kind of like tool, more condensed version of the BA book, right? Very easy and simple to read. So a standard, I always say to people, have your standard, have your BA book, right? And see how it can kind of like help you, right? The standards, the regulations, and the best practices. Again, quite a lot of information here also relating to certifications, right? A great tool for you to get in and kind of like just navigate and see what is available there. right? I also spoke about the career development tools, right? Remember, I spoke about the competency, the business analysis competency model, which is, I think it's the version 4, like I said, mentioned earlier, right? So the business analysis competency model really giving you the base. What are the key competencies, right, for a business analyst, right? And then you're able to assess yourself, right? Assess yourself on those competencies that they've said. Like I've said, they've got a scale, right? You can go there, you can assess yourself, right? And see how you can develop those competencies. So again, these are tools that you can work through, right, as you are building your career, growing your career at your own time, right? And this is available, of course, if you do become a specific member, right? I spoke about webinars, podcasts, and YouTube, right? Really great podcasts, right? I don't know about you guys, but some of us have got long commutes to work, so really a great opportunity for you to listen to podcasts, right, around, you know, business analysis, thought leadership content, around emerging topics, right? I was listening to one recently on problem solving, right? I think it was Susan Moore had a panelist, right, on problem solving, you know, how they tackle that. So really great information that you can hear on podcasts. There is a YouTube channel that's also very active, right? And I'm going to go down. So you'll see here all of the videos on YouTube. So if you want, again, if you are on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe, right? I spoke about the business analysis publication resources as well, the white papers, the reports, the research, right? The business analysis magazine online, right? All available to you, right? And of course, the final thing, which was around the resume, right? How you can improve your resume, how you can improve your interview tips, right? So really you can see, guys, this is it's a comprehensive resource that is available to you should you become a member. And I really encourage people to say that, you know, becoming a member, one of the biggest things that you want to do is you want to take advantage of these resources, right? You want to connect, you want to be able to make sure that you're going through these resources, you are continuously upgrading and upskilling yourself, right? Okay, so I think the question on everyone's mind right now is, so how much, Tendai, you've really sold us this, you know, this IIBA membership. You've told us quite a lot of information, right? I want to sign up. I want to make sure that I get access to these resources. I want to grow and develop myself, right? So there is an annual fee that's available for the Zimbabwe chapter specifically. It's 55 US dollars, right? So just think about it as an annual fee, 55 US dollars. You get access to all of those resources, right? And in addition to that, right, all of the chapter events that are going to be happening. I know there's an event happening soon in December, right? You get access to all of those events. So I think it's a good value. I think you're able to get good value for your money, right? Prior to this, right, they had a system where you'd have to sign up with the IIBA Global Chapter and then sign up as well with your own Zimbabwe or local chapter, right? So that has changed. Now it's just a $55 US dollar flat fee, which I think, like I said, for the benefits that you're getting, I think it's quite good. Okay. Right. So how can you get involved with the chapter? Right. So I think a lot of people are thinking, you know, I want to sign in, I want to, you know, I want to sign up for the IIBA. Like I said, you can go on the portal, sign up definitely, but being involved with the actual local chapter, with the Zimbabwe local chapter, right? Please email membership@zimbabwe.iiba.org. Gareth, I'm going to give you the floor just to speak more about the volunteers, what the volunteers have been doing, how the various attendees on this call can go about and start volunteering if they want to volunteer. So Gareth, the floor is yours for about 2 minutes, then I'll continue.
Right. Thank you so much, Tendai, for, I think that your information is just flowing. And, you know, personally, I'm excited. I've just seen a few other things that I wasn't even aware of. And I'm like, wow, I'm blown away each time you speak to us. So I'll get straight to it. The volunteer work that we're doing is really not a complicated thing. So what we did is we created a group, and it's a group of very wonderful and active persons. Where we meet, I think, once a month. That's the structure that's there now. And we just get to discuss what it is that we want to do for the chapter. How do we grow the chapter, etc. So there's a lot that's going on with it. So getting involved with it really is not complicated. You simply contact Tendai, or you contact Nicole. She is also the volunteer team chair lady. She has been coordinating and running around with that. I'll also share her details, I think, in the community group and on LinkedIn. That's where most of our communication has been running. So it's really a matter of just reaching out to us and asking for whatever we want to do. So 2024 is going to be an exciting year. We are planning quite a lot, and we do need a lot of hands on deck to make all of our work come together. So apart from just the local volunteering that you do, there's also the global one. So through the chapter, we can also make your volunteer work be seen globally, and you earn CDUs, which are continuous, development units. They do amplify your profile when you start doing the work. There is quite a lot out there, and Tendai spoke rightly about the links, the connections, the growth that we have as an individual, as a BA, because really what we want to do is to make sure that we develop a high performing business analyst. So you can't do that when you're isolated, when you're at home and, just being by yourself or just reading the books. You need to connect with others. So through the volunteer work that we do, we have so many connections. Right now, we've got the meet and greet event that's coming up on the 25th of November. We are so excited to invite all BAs, all aspiring people who want to be BAs, and just random people in the market who want to know more about business analysis, because we don't work in isolation, by the way. We have project managers, we have developers, systems analysts, financial analysts. All of that integrates with BA because business analysis is a versatile kind of profession. So I love the work that we do as BAs because of that. But this is just an open call to say, hey, just reach out. Tendai is there for us. Nicole is there for us. And you can also reach me directly and get involved with the work that we're doing here in Zimbabwe, and even as we spread our wings to the global IIBA. So that's it, Tendai, for
Fantastic.
the volunteer work. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Gareth. Really a great opportunity to start building, like Gareth said, start building your portfolio, start building your credentials, and of course, to get those coveted, right? PDUs or professional development units that are required for your certification. Okay. So I've gone through the IIBA portal. I won't go into more detail. Again, sign up, navigate, and see what's available to you guys. Right. So from an IIBA Zimbabwe chapter, guys, we are live. We are promoting quite a lot of things. So please do go ahead, follow us on LinkedIn. Right. We do have a group. I think we do have an IIBA Zimbabwe chapter group. Please go find it. Follow us on LinkedIn. Right. Follow us on YouTube. Right. Most of these recordings, we will be making them available on YouTube. Right. We also do have a website, zimbabwe.iiba.org. So please do go there. We are going to be actively posting a lot of events starting from January. So please do go there on these social media handles. Let us know if you've got any questions. Let us know if you guys want to partake or participate in any kind of like chapter events. Okay, guys, so that is all from my side. I hope that, this brief call really gave you guys some insights. For those of you guys who were on the fence in terms of should I be joining the IIBA or not, I hope I've encouraged you to come onto the fence of joining the IIBA. Right? If not, if you still need convincing, please, by all means, please do send me an email. I'm happy to chat to anyone, right, to give you more information. But please do sign up. Please do join the Zimbabwe chapter. Let's start 2024, right? Let's really build a strong community of business and business analysts within Zimbabwe, right? Let's really contribute. Let's grow, right? Let's learn. Let's share a lot of resources. So thank you so much, everyone on the call. Any questions, Gareth? If no questions, I think we should be good to end the call.
Right. Thank you so much, Tendai. We do not have any questions.
Okay.
I think this has been a flawless discussion or presentation. I love it.
Fantastic.
I hope all our attendants also follow through and understood what it is to become a member of the IIBA, and especially the Zimbabwe chapter.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Gareth. Thank you, everyone on the call. Please let us know if you've got any questions. We'll be looking forward to hearing from everyone. Have a great evening and see you in the next chapter events. Thank you.